Call to order the Ramsey County Board of Commissioners. Roll call, please.
Jebin Singh.
Here.
McGuire.
Here.
McMurtry. Here. Miller.
Here.
Moran.
Here.
Zhang.
Here.
And Ortega.
All right, could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Moran, any acknowledgements?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Okay. Every community owes its existence and vitality to generations from around the world who contributed their hopes, dreams, and energy to making the history that led to this moment. Some were brought here against their will, some were drawn to leave their distant homes in hopes of a better life, and some have lived on this land since time immemorial. Truth and acknowledgement are critical to building mutual respect and connections across all barriers of heritage and difference. We are standing on the ancestral lands of the Dakota people. We want to acknowledge the Ojibwe, the Ho-Chunk, and the other nations of people who have called this place home. We pay respect to their elders, past and present. So please take a moment to consider the treaties made by the tribal nations that entitle non-native people to live and work on traditional native lands. Consider the many legacies of violence, displacement, migration, and settlement that brings us together here today. And please, join us in uncovering such truth at any and all public events.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll entertain a motion on the agenda of April 8th, 2025.
Second.
Hearing no discussion, roll call.
Moran.
Aye.
Zhang.
Aye.
Jebin Singh.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
McMurtry. Miller.
Aye.
And Ortega.
Aye. I'll entertain a motion on the minutes of April 1st, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Hearing no discussion, roll call.
Moran.
Aye.
Zhang.
Aye.
Jebin Singh.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
McMurtry. Miller.
Aye.
And Ortega.
Aye. Commissioner McMurtry, proclamation on public health.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'll invite up the public health team to come up as well. We are excited to be joined by the Ramsey County Public Health team for National Public Health Week, and we're going to do a proclamation here today. The public health team does an amazing job throughout our community, for our community, and this year marks the 30th anniversary of celebrating the milestones and progress of public health. I mean, when you think about public health, you think of the work that they're doing to prevent the spread of disease, promoting and encouraging healthy behaviors, ensuring the accountability and the quality of our health services. And these wonderful people behind me and those who are not behind me do an amazing job every day on behalf of the people of this county. And so I am honored to get a chance to present this proclamation, which I will read, and then we'll give folks an opportunity to come up and introduce yourselves and departments that you're a part of. So the proclamation: whereas the week of April 7th through April 13th, 2025 is National Public Health Week, and the theme is It Starts Here, highlighting the importance of making a difference in local homes, communities, county, and state. And whereas this is the 30th anniversary of celebrating Public Health Week, which recognizes the contributions of public health in improving the health of all people and achieving racial and health equity. And whereas St. Paul Ramsey County Public Health supports residents and communities throughout the county and is made up of administration, clinical services, correctional health, emergency preparedness and response, environmental health, family health, healthy communities, and women, infants, and children divisions. And whereas public health professionals are fundamental to preventing, preparing, and providing health education on chronic diseases, infectious diseases, injury and violence, and opioid and substance use, while promoting maternal, child, and adolescent health, mental health, and well-being and environmental health. And whereas a person's health status can differ drastically by zip code due to differences in the built environment, environmental equality, community context, access to healthy food, education, and health care. And whereas efforts to strengthen public health and its workforce are vital to transforming a health system that continues to improve processes, policies, and practices focused on awareness, education, outreach, prevention, promoting wellness, providing cultural specific services, and including voices from communities most impacted. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed, the Ramsey County Board of Commissioners declare the week of April 7th through 13th, 2025 as Public Health Week in Ramsey County. And be it further proclaimed, the Ramsey County Board of Commissioners recognizes the efforts and impact of St. Paul Ramsey County Public Health, its partners, and community organizations who collaborate with the department in improving the health of Ramsey County.
Are they going to say anything? They can say.
Thank you, Commissioner McMurtry. Mr. Chair, County Commissioners, and County Manager, thanks for having us up here today and letting us promote our public health department. So Ramsey County Public Health is one of the largest public health departments in the state. Our department has a really long history and traces its origins to the first public health officer by the city of St. Paul in 1854. St. Paul and Ramsey County's previously separate public health departments merged in 1997 through a joint powers agreement. So we are really proud to be nationally accredited by the Public Health Accreditation Board, and we were also re-accredited in 2023. The national program assesses a health department's capacity to carry out essential public health services and foundational capabilities. And by becoming accredited, it holds our health department to the high standards that community can expect to be reflected in all of our services. So accreditation promotes public trust and demonstrates an ongoing commitment to quality and performance improvement. So in my short 4 months here, having the opportunity to serve as your public health director, I've come to understand how our department works tirelessly to serve and support our most vulnerable residents. The passion by our team members shines through in all the work that they do to assure that residents are safe and healthy where they live, work, and play. Public health is about prevention, access to health services, breaking down barriers, reducing health disparities, and working toward health equity for all communities. I thank each and every team member for their contributions, compassion, and dedication to make this a reality. I'd also like to express gratitude to our internal and external partners. We couldn't do our work effectively without them. We work collaboratively with other county departments, state departments, cities, and community groups. It's really important that we nurture these existing partnerships and also establish new ones. We are active listeners and utilize several routes to assure that the voices in our communities are heard. Last but not least, I want to thank our leadership. You as our county board and county administrator show your support in countless ways, and we appreciate you being strong public health advocates. So as we observe National Public Health Week, let us recognize the dedicated professionals and community leaders who are working to protect and improve the health and well-being of all individuals. Let us commit ourselves to building healthier, more resilient communities and working toward a future where health equity is a reality for all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Chair, Commissioners, County Manager Becker, thank you, as Amy said, for having us here today. I'm Diane Holmgren, one of the deputies in public health. And I just want to reiterate what Amy said in recognition of our staff and our partnerships, both internally and externally. Our team is incredible and incredibly dedicated to the work that they do and the passion that they have. And we couldn't achieve our improved health outcomes without those standing behind us and everyone back working today. So we really appreciate that. I want to call out a few of our programs that work directly with residents, work in partnership, and that also provide the infrastructure and support for our team. Some of these programs you're familiar with. You hear about them frequently. Our Environmental Health Services Division. I know you're aware of much of the work that we do, and you're heavily involved in that. We have our Emergency Preparedness Division also, which of course was highlighted and a regular visitor here during COVID, but continues to do that work to prepare us for future events. And then also our clinical services, who provide those services primarily focused on reducing the spread of infectious disease in Ramsey County. So we also have other program staff which might fly under your radar a little bit. Our House Calls program, which focuses on keeping people in their housing, maintaining housing stability, primarily focused on rent assistance and properties that need improvements. So that's important work that small team does. We have a public health laboratory that supports our clinical services, a records unit and registration unit. These are all those supportive services that are critical to what we do. Our public health and public places is out in community, working in partnership with community agencies and serving our clients where we identified the highest need for those services as well. I just also want to call out to all the staff that do the other administrative work for public health. We couldn't do our other work without that, the contracts, the accounting work. We have an employee health coordinator that keeps all of our staff healthy in the environments they're working in. And then our planning and performance improvement team. That group coordinates the national accreditation that Amy mentioned, and also helps keep us on track with meeting our foundational public health responsibilities. I want to mention specifically one component of our work that we're doing right now on that team, and that's completing our community health assessment. And that's a broad-scale assessment focused on some key health indicators in Ramsey County that we're looking to identify where we're meeting our goals, meeting the mark, where we're falling behind and need to focus a little bit more intentionally, and then also where we have disparities. So we're just kind of wrapping up that work. After that, we'll be looking to work with community to identify our top health priorities, and we expect to have that done by the end of the year. And then after that, we'll work with community even further to develop our community health improvement plan, which is really a plan with community and strongly in partnership with community to address those top priorities. So we have lots of exciting things coming up, and we'll look forward to sharing more information on those with you in the future. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair Ortega, County Manager Becker, and Commissioners. I'm Gabrielle McNeil, another one of the Deputy Directors with Public Health. Just want to highlight the work that I oversee. I'm another Deputy Director. Oversee the WIC Division, Family Health, and Healthy Communities Division. So I want to highlight a little bit of their work. WIC, abbreviated for Women, Infant, and Children, have been at the center of positive public health outcomes, championing access to healthy food, breastfeeding support, health screenings, and referrals to eligible pregnant women, new mothers, babies, and young children for over 50 years. Ramsey County has the largest WIC program in Minnesota, and in 2023, over half of the infants born in Ramsey County participated in the WIC program. I'm excited to say over 60% of the Ramsey County Public Health WIC staff are from communities of color, and over half the staff speak more than one language to support the families participating in WIC. The Family Health Division Home Visiting Program is dedicated to the well-being of pregnant women, fathers, and families with young children. Home visiting services and other programs help families raise healthy children who are ready to succeed in school and in life. Ramsey County staff connect participants with resources based on family specific needs. In the past year, our family home visiting staff have consistently exceeded the targeted caseloads of reaching 333 families with their evidence model strong foundations. And this year, 2025, an increase in funding will allow those staff to serve an additional 50 more families. Family health staff will also collaborate with St. Paul Schools Early Childhood Family Education and co-facilitate welcome baby classes with Latino families. The Healthy Communities Division develops and promotes evidence-based strategies and sustainable prevention initiatives in many areas, including statewide health improvement program, emphasizing chronic disease prevention, child and teen checkups, healthy aging, Hmong health promotion, trusted messenger, adolescent health and healthy youth development, mental health and well-being, healing streets, and violence prevention. Healthy Community also houses our SOS sexual violence services. The SOS team provides 24-hour crisis intervention, advocacy and support, and medical outreach advocacy to survivors of sexual violence. Services are also provided to friends and family of the survivors. I would be remiss not to mention April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Before I conclude and uplift the work this team is doing to focus on raising awareness about sexual violence, encouraging prevention efforts, and supporting survivors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Quick picture, and also want to come
But
around.
then, we're gonna say
Yeah,
something.
well,
Other people, I mean,
yeah.
I know Tara.
Yeah, I know. Hold on a minute. Let him take the picture.
Oh, you want to
Go
take
ahead.
the picture?
Let him take the picture.
Thank you. I'm going to take 3, count down from 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before you introduce yourself, Commissioner Jevin Singh.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, so my mom was a public health nurse in northern Wisconsin when I was a kid, and she always said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And we always talk about what is the best investments we can do to keep our communities healthy, and so much of what you all do every single day is just that. And I just want to lift that work up, especially given the challenges that your folks in your profession faced during COVID years. And it seems as if there's maybe a resurgence of some of that questioning and challenging of the different initiatives that you have in our current environment. And I just want to recognize that who knew that being a community healer somehow was going to become, radical? I don't know. So I just want to say that along with doing the very difficult work of addressing community health, to do it in this environment and to continue to show up every day and to know that what you're doing is keeping families healthy and giving our kids a chance to live their best lives just is really commendable. Also, that you're lifting up all of the partners that you do this work with within community, and that you're trusted messengers in every nook and cranny of Ramsey County. And I thank you for that, for continuing to keep those partnerships alive. So just all that you're doing is wonderful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Commissioner McGuire.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I appreciate the words of my colleague who said it really well. Thank you so much, Commissioner Jevin Singh. I just want to also thank you so much and lift up the work that you're doing. When I first came to county government, and you're learning all the things that county government does, and we used to say public health in all policies, because everything we do is touched by you. I mean, all of our departments are really important and everything, but you really do touch everything. And Commissioner Jevin Singh mentioned about all the work that you did during COVID. When most of us are hunkering down in our homes, you're out in the community, like you're running toward the work. We're all doing the work, and a lot of other departments, we're out and about too. But we just really so appreciate that you are just in the work, with the work, and that we're going to be faced with some really tough decisions coming up because of what's going on federally and statewide. And I'm just going to encourage all of us on this board, these are the kinds of things that we really need to protect, because this is the early intervention and the prevention that's going to help us in later years. And so as we're going to be faced with super tough decisions, the work that you do is just really critical. So thank you all so much. And I know you're representing so many other hundreds of people, and so thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Commissioner Moran.
Ditto. Ditto. I think you both said it all. But, and I know this is a celebration and a recognition of the great work that you're doing, but I know that we're also concerned, of what that means and what that looks like, especially for all the critical work that you're doing and that you do, not only to support communities across Ramsey County, but the impact it will have on the work. And so, as we think about this year, as we think about a budget and what that looks like, that we can continue to support the great work you do, I just ask that you keep those things in mind, right? As this year, as you are doing your work in that area, just to make sure that we keep Ramsey County a strong, healthy, thriving county that really is supporting all of our residents. And just thank you for all that you do every single day to keep us safe.
I'll just quickly say thank you as well. The work you guys do is important for all communities, and I look forward to hearing more about the public health assessment and continuing to watch your work grow and make those connections. Thank you.
Let me just add, I'm a big fan of public health because many years ago, I'm not going to say how long ago, I did my graduate work in public health and social work. I also worked at the state health department for a year. But most importantly, when I was the CEO of CLUES, my partnership with the public health department was really amazing. I am a big fan of the public health model. I based my delivery of services at CLUES based on the public health model. And it makes you're the front line, period. And thank you for all you do to keep all of our community healthy, because that's what public health is about. If we keep all of us healthy, we all do well. So thank you for your service. You want to introduce yourselves?
Good morning, Chair and, everyone here. I'm Tamiko Rawson, Public Health Nurse Supervisor with Ramsey County. I co-lead the Birth Equity Community Council and Club Mom, Club Dad. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Chair, County Manager Becker. I'm Valisha Hallman. I am a supervisor with our WIC program here in Ramsey County.
Morning, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. I'm Kathy Filbert. I'm the Family Health Manager, so I oversee family home visiting, family health. Thank you.
Good morning, Sia Zhang, Planning Manager.
Morning, Kalia Thor, WIC Supervisor.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, Commissioners, County Manager Ling. Michael Reed, I am a Division Manager within Environmental Health, overseeing our compliance programs and our administration supporting the division.
Good morning, my name is Maher. I'm a supervisor in the Family Health Division.
Good morning, I'm Kathy Duffy. I manage the WIC program for public health.
Good morning, thank you for having us. I'm Laura Larson, Public Health Nursing Supervisor in the Family Health area. Thanks.
Good morning, I'm Maggie Matheson. I'm a supervisor in family health as well. My nurses take care of the teen parents, led and healthy homes, and children and youth with special health needs. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sharon Berkeley, and I'm a public health nurse and supervisor. I'm also part of the Club Mom, Club Dad, and the Birth Equity Community Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Moran, administrative agenda.
Item 4, gift from Ramsey County Library Friends to the Ramsey County Library. I'd like to move item 5, the 2025 Unified Local Youth Plan for the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act
Chair,
in
can I pull
Minnesota
that,
Youth
please?
Program.
Can I pull item number 5?
I would like to move item 6, appointment to the Workforce Innovation Board. And last, I would like to move item 7, property tax abatements. Second.
Thank you. Hearing no further discussion, roll call.
Moran.
Aye.
Zhang. Jabin Singh. McGuire. McMurtry.
Aye.
Miller. And Ortega.
Aye. Commissioner Miller?
Yes. So I just wanted to pull item number 5. As you know, I am on the WIB and I'm learning more. I just want to say how much work I know that creating these plans are. And I also want to thank the workforce development team for their hard work on that. And I also want to note that we should make sure that we are advocating for state and federal dollars for these plans. These plans are both the federal WIOA dollars and the state Minnesota Youth Program dollars. And us receiving these dollars we're able to continue the great work that we do around youth employment is very contingent on these federal and state dollars. So just wanted to note that and thank you and your team for all the work you do. I'm done. Thank you.
Want to move it?
Yep. Oh, I move forward item number 5, the 2025 Unified Local Youth Plan for the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act in Minnesota Youth Program.
Second.
Hearing no further discussion, roll call, please.
Moran.
Aye.
Zhang.
Aye.
Jabin Singh.
Aye.
McGuire.
Aye.
McMurtry.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
And Ortega.
Aye. Legislative update. Commissioner
Thank you.
McGuire?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Busy weeks because we're in committee deadline. So this week, the deadline is this Friday for all the policy bills. And then they'll be going on break for their spring Passover Easter break until April 21st at noon. So this Friday, then they'll be on break after that. So it's going to be fast and furious, final month until the end of session, which is coming up really fast. May 19th will be the end of the statutorily designed session, but there's talk that there may be special session at some point, but they're going to try and be done by May 19th. As we've said before, the primary work of the session is to get a state budget complete for the next biennium. And this week will be the omnibus budget bills. And these are the bills that are coming out of the committees that have a lot of issues in them. And each committee has their budget target. And the smaller individual bills will get folded into the big committee budget, hence the omnibus bill. And so we'll be reading through those and finding those issues that are relevant and important to our work. So we'll keep you posted on those. Also, great that our Min Choices reassessment language that we had wanted included in legislation is actually in both House and Senate Human Services bills. And our Economic Development Authority language has been included in the Senate state and local government bill. So that's a good place to be for conference committee because we want it in both bills if preferably, but if only one bill, then it will at least be discussed in conference committee. So many thanks to Commissioner Zhang and Deputy County Manager Carrie Collins for showing up on the Economic Development Authority bill and testifying last week, and to Katie Molinari from Social Services testifying multiple times on behalf of AMC and MAXA for the Min Choices reassessment language. So lots of people doing lots of work to help with the legislation. Government relations staff and I met with our new Ramsey County delegation member, David Gottfried from District 40B, and he serves on environment and natural resources, ag policy and finance, and education policy. He's open to learning everything he can, which is great, and he's offered to sign on to a number of our bills, so he's ready to start working on behalf of Ramsey County. We appreciate that. I was lucky, and I know that many people were, speaking out in our democracy on Saturday at the rally at the Capitol. There were a lot of people speaking and speaking out about the actions of the federal government. And so we continue to be advocates for the work that we need to do with our federal partners and letting them know the work that we need to do, and we need their help to do that. So also many of our legislators are holding town hall meetings this week and into the weekend, and so be on the lookout for that. I know that Betty McCollum is going to be attending some of those town hall meetings. So it's good that our congressional representatives and our legislators are having town hall meetings. Not everyone is doing that, but in our communities they are. So we really do appreciate that. So with that, Mr. Chair, if there's anyone else that wants to comment on the work that they're doing down at the Capitol, we welcome that now. But that concludes my report. And thanks to our government relations staff and Jenna Rourke who puts this work together. Are we good? Okay.
Connections.
Yeah, good morning, commissioners. I have a few things this morning. One is on Thursday, we're going to be hosting our 4th annual CERT Connect open house. Our CERT program is dedicated to helping small businesses succeed by streamlining access to contracts with the county, and this is a great way for those that work in particularly the construction industry, to connect with some of our county departments and other partners. So this is happening from 8 to 10:30 at Public Works on Thursday, and it's free to attend. Folks are encouraged to bring business cards and their company information, and they'll get a chance to meet with folks from Public Works, Economic Development, Parks and Rec, also the U of M, Ryan Companies, the Port Authority, City of Maplewood, City of Roseville, Habitat for Humanity, and others will be there. So would like to encourage folks to attend. Thank you so much to leaders in EGCI in particular for supporting that event. I also wanted to highlight some staff who are participating in some unique leadership opportunities. We have several staff who are engaging in some different programs through an organization called The Partnership. Aronica Jackson, who's a racial health equity administrator, and Lola Ryan, who works in the library's administration department, will be part of the Black Fellows program. In addition, Lauren Howard and also Abini Hill, who also work at the library, will be part of the Partnership's National Fellows Program and the Partnership's Associate Leadership Program. So congratulations to all of them. And then I wanted to just take a moment to call out that this is Severe Weather Week nationally. Each day around the country, different themes are of focus with the intent of providing awareness and information to the public. And so yesterday, the focus was around alerts and warnings. Today, the focus is severe thunderstorms, lightning, hail. Tomorrow is around floods. Thursday is a statewide tornado drill day, so there will be simulated tornado warnings both at 1:45 p.m. and 6:45 p.m. And then Friday, the focus is extreme heat. So I want to thank our Emergency Management and Homeland Security Department for the work that they do to prepare us for emergencies and severe weather in Ramsey County. It's also a great time to tell you this exciting news. The Emergency Management Accreditation Program, it's called the EMAP, has awarded full accreditation to Ramsey County, formally recognizing the county's overall program of prevention, preparedness, response, mitigation, and recovery in the face of all hazards. This is natural, technological, and human caused. Ramsey County remains the only county in the state to have this honor. So special recognition to our emergency management coordinator, Brian Mayer, who served as the accreditation manager to get to this effort. So congratulations to that team, and congratulations to Ramsey County in general for that wonderful recognition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, it's great.
Outside board and committee reports. Let's see. Let's start with Mary Jo and then go around this way.
Gee, pick a lot. Popcorn. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sure. Let's see, we've talked about some of these already. The Recycling and Energy Board, the Facility and Finance Committee met. Commissioner Miller and I were present at that, and we talked about the budgeting that's going on, and we saw the preliminary budget that is going to be discussed with all of you at different points, and I know we're going to also do a workshop on this, and so it's great work that we're doing, and we're, of course, in light of all the things that are coming down from, or not coming down from the federal government and the state, that we are, budgeting at, in a really conservative way. But we want to get the work done, and it's really important work for our facilities, and so there'll be more to come on that. But we heard the first report on that, and then. We also just want to give a shout out to the NACO membership series. I hope you're all on that list. NACO does these calls every week or two, and they talk about what's coming down from the federal government and how it impacts counties, and what NACO and counties around the country are doing to let Congress and the White House know how these actions are impacting us. And so they, of course, keep reminding us, as they do on all of our NACO committees, that we need to get the stories. And I've talked about this last week. I'll keep talking about it, that when we have direct impacts on actions with the White House and Congress on us, we want to let them know. We want to let our elected officials know, our congresswoman wants to know, our senators want to know, and we need to let the White House know how these are impacting us. So that was a great call. And then we also, the Rice Creek Commons JDA work session we had last night, Commissioner Jabin Singh attended that, and we approved a few consent agenda items on insurance trust liability and our planning case, our development agreement with Ryan Companies. And we also reviewed a number of reports, and we're looking at the budget there as well. And we're going to start meeting. We have two committees. I'm on the sustainability committee, and we'll be starting to meet to really go over our goals and all the things that we want to require of our developer in that area. So we'll start to meet on that, and we'll be keeping all of you posted, and we'll be asking for all of your input on the sustainability measures that we want in that area. So, and I'm going to let Commissioner Jabin Singh talk further about those issues. But next week, or this week coming up, the Ramsey County League of Local Governments is meeting on Friday. This is a meeting open to all of us. I really encourage you all to go. It's on Zoom. It's a virtual meeting, and a lot of your communities attend this. A lot of the city council people, school board members attend these meetings, and this one topic on Friday is how can we elevate teaching? So it's about teaching educational equity and reshaping how society values and supports teachers, ensuring excellence for all children and youth. So it'll be a great conversation. So thank you for that. That concludes my report. Oh, wait. One more. Ramsey County Library Friends Breakfast is on Saturday. This will be featuring award-winning author Mona Susan Power. It's going to be at the Manitou Event Center in White Bear Lake. So Ramsey County Friends, who we really appreciate all the work they do for our libraries, and that's happening on Saturday. And then I know a number of us might talk about this, but we're very excited, and especially since this is Sexual Assault Awareness Month or week, the Northland Cup is going to be this Sunday at the Tria Rink in St. Paul, and I should get the time of that, but we are all, I think most of us are going to be attending that. That is a fundraiser for the St. Paul Intervention Project and domestic violence, pardon me? Oh, it is at 11:30, thank you. I've confirmed, I wrote it down, and so it is at 11:30, but anyone's welcome, the public is welcome to come. It's a hockey game between the city and the county, and it's always a great event. There's a silent auction and lots of good things are on that day, but the main thing is that we raise money for domestic violence prevention.
Thank you. Commissioner Jevon Singh.
Yes, I'll just follow up a couple of details on the Rice Creek Commons JDA. As Commissioner McGuire said, we did do the final approval on the Outlet A project, and a ribbon cutting is anticipated on that project later this month, and as soon as those are finalized, we'll make sure to share with everybody. I also wanted to say that last week, County Manager Becker and I had a chance to visit the Venice Heights City Council to connect. This will be one of a number of meetings to different municipalities throughout the district, and just making sure that we are building those connections, staff to staff and elected to elected, and making sure communication coordination continues to be strong, especially as we head into construction season. Traffic delays and all of that seem to get all of the phones buzzing on all of our ends, and so we want to make sure to give information as clearly and quickly as possible. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is looking at Sexual Assault Awareness Month. It's just a time to raise awareness about sexual violence and support services. I had a chance to meet with the Ramsey County SOS Sexual Violence Services Department earlier this week, and I wanted to lift up the On My Terms program, which allows survivors to be able to get support and to make decisions in their own time and on their own terms on when and if to report and how, and when and if to press charges. And so I just wanted to lift that up, that there is more capacity for victims to use this program than is. So it's one of those where, please do, if a friend or family member yourself finds yourself in that unfortunate situation, there are advocates who can walk alongside you on that healing journey. I also just wanted to talk about, I had a chance to attend an orientation for the State Community Health Services Advisory Committee, better known as SHAC, and just to let community know, and my colleagues here, that statewide, people who are interacting with our health systems are coordinating and trying to figure out best ways to collaborate to keep essential services going. So we're being proactive, we're talking amongst ourselves, we're coordinating services, and we'll continue to do that work in the face of whatever comes down the pipe. And just wanted to really thank organizations and collaborations like that allow that work to go on. I and Commissioner Miller had a chance to attend Ramsey County's April Financial Aid Services Community Engagement event at the Rondo Library. And I just want to say it is so essential for us to put ourselves in places and spaces where people can speak freely about their experiences, and that our staff can also have access to us to let us know what they're experiencing, and to offer up possible insights into how we can help support that work. So I just want to thank everybody who has participated in those events, and keep an eye out because those events will be happening regularly. And I want to highlight, while I was looking up some information as a follow-up to that meeting, looking on our data dashboard, I just had to take a screenshot because I was so excited. In 2023, just 2 years ago, there were over 7,000 people in our backlog. As of Friday, it was down to 97. And that is a tremendous, I was just so proud of the work that staff and community and everybody has done and community partners and all that's going on to make that happen. So I did not want that to go without recognition. I also want to be able to give a shout out to our County Manager, Ling Becker, who was selected as the recipient of the 2025 St. Paul College Community Partner of the Year. This prestigious recognition honors her for her outstanding service and unwavering commitment to St. Paul College. And as a key member of the President's Advisory Council, Ling has been a driving force in connecting education with meaningful employment opportunities, significantly impacting both the college and our broader community. Thank you. Lifting that up. I just wanted to say, too, that I had a chance in different times in community over the last week, both at the FOZ event and then in community events, a service day for the Lions Club with Shoreview, Arden Hills, and Roseville's community, and then in Vadnais Heights. A number of community members have talked about the concerns of the executive orders, specifically around immigration, that are impacting their community, their family members, and their deep concern of what that's going to mean for them. I know that this impacts close to home as well. One of the things that I think is misunderstood by a lot of folks who maybe aren't part of an immigrant or refugee community is that many people who are here legally, those statuses are being revoked and changed in real time. So they're doing all the things that they're supposed to do, and then all of a sudden the rules have shifted underneath them. And so there are a lot of folks who are scrambling. And I really want to appreciate leadership within Ramsey County, our county sheriff and our county attorney, and other department heads who have been keeping all of us abreast of changing and shifting things that are happening, their approaches, how they're addressing things, and that's immensely helpful for us. So thank you for that coordination and that clear communication. I do want to say, to reiterate that the county continues to do our services as we always have. Do not be afraid to come and get services. I know one of the calls that comes out is there may be families that have different status because of the different ways that maybe they have come here or that they're here, whether that's through a work visa or a student visa or other kinds of things. Please do not let those concerns keep you from accessing our resources and our services because we are here to help. And I just want to and continue to let us know how these issues are impacting you, and we will do the best that we can to advocate with our state and national partners, but also to be working with our community partners and internally to make sure that we're doing our best to support community through all the ups and downs. So that's what I have today.
Commissioner McMurtry.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Another busy week, and I want to specifically highlight a number of the things happening in the North End community within my district. Last night I had a chance to go and visit with the North End District Council and speak to a number of their board members to not only share with them of the different things that I've been working on over the last month or so being in this role, but also to get a better sense of from them of some of their concerns as well as some of the projects that they're working on as a board. So I'm looking forward to continuing to build a good relationship with that team there. Commissioner Jebensing mentioned construction, and 'tis the season. It is starting. It is here. Specifically in North End, there are two major projects that's happening in the North End community. One being the construction of the Dale Street, specifically between Highway 36 down to north of Como Avenue. This redesign is essentially going to be helpful towards the safety of that stretch of that corridor. They'll be going from a 43-lane conversion, which will essentially help reduce the number of crash risks, as well as creating new medians, bike lanes, and pedestrian islands for their corridor, which will at the end be very helpful, I believe, in not only supporting our businesses along that corridor, but also ensuring that our communities stay connected. During this construction, which has already started yesterday, and will run through July of this year. Traffic will remain open throughout the course of this construction, so there won't be any long-term detours there, but it was great just to see the amount of collaboration that's happening with our public works teams and the folks, the businesses and the residents who live along that corridor, just to ensure they are aware of the construction and if there are any potential updates, and if they have a resource if they have any questions. The other bigger, even bigger, and truly amazing project that also started yesterday is along Rice Street. So Rice Street in the North End neighborhood is being reconstructed. This one will take a little bit longer. They're entering the first phase, which started yesterday and runs through fall of this year, which will be reconstructing Wheelock Parkway down to north of Maryland. on Rice Street. And so this is a three-phased construction project, which is going to be really awesome and transformative for this community. I honestly think that this is going to be the first step in revitalizing Rice Street, and so I'm looking forward to continuing to work with community leaders. I'm actually meeting tomorrow with one of our public works leads who's managing this project to walk along Rice Street to not only see the project and what's going to become of it, but also to meet with some of the business leaders who have businesses along Rice Street, just so they are aware that we're here to help, and that this project that has been years in the making is finally here, and that we are ready to get to work and make this corridor a lot safer. It's going to, a few things that's going to come out of this project. It's going to have new pavement, safer intersections, enhanced pedestrian crossings, and transit access along the north end. So this is going to be just truly a great opportunity for this part of my district. And then I will follow up with one last North End update, which is this weekend. The North End Community Center is officially opening. They're having their ribbon cutting on this Saturday at noon. They had a soft opening a couple of weeks ago that I had a chance to go and visit, and this community center is going to be great for this community. Looking forward to hopefully in the future hosting some office hours at the community center. So for folks who live in the neighborhood, please do come out for the official ribbon cutting on this Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Mr. Miller?
Yes. So, like Mary Jo said, it was a busy week. We went to the R&E Facilities and Finance Committee. I also went on the 3rd for the WIB meeting. We did a tour of the Gap schools, their youth build, and the WIB meeting, which was really great to see. They shared the 2025 Unified Local Youth Plan, which we just passed today. And then they also had a youth committee showcase, Youth Workforce Champion Awards. I'd like to congratulate the 2025 Legacy Award recipients is Donnell Barton, who is a pastor at the Frogtown Rondo Black Alliance Church. And the 2025 Rising Award Star recipient is Stephanie Aguirre Lopez. She is a youth leadership program manager for Sprockets. Like I said, I wanted to congratulate and thank them. We're very fortunate to have such dedicated individuals serving our youth. I also want to highlight that the WIB annual business report was sent out to the commissioners, and I hope you have had a chance to review it, but it's also notable that in 2024, more than 11,500 job seekers received career services, with nearly 5,200 people receiving career support in person at Ramsey County Career Labs and partner sites throughout phone and virtual services. That is big. That shows how much work our WIB staff is doing. I also want to just say that attending the FOZ event on Thursday was really great. It was great to see community members, faces that I know, and hear how great our staff is working to, answer these questions. And it was really a safe place, I felt, for community members to just ask questions, ask questions, get their answers, and really talk to somebody face to face, and really troubleshoot. So that was great. I was in community in North St. Paul, talking with a constituent about a few issues. And then on Friday, I did an interview with Senator Mary Kunish on Native Roots Radio with Robert Pilot, which was really great to do. It was pretty fun. Other than that, I am done. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Moran?
I have a couple of things here. I was able to attend Hallie Q Brown. They had for their first ever Hallie Q Brown Day, which was really, which I was able to present a proclamation to them for the great work that they have done over the years. Hallie Q Brown was founded in 1929, and today they still stand providing services to the community, in the Rondo community, in the Midway community, in the Summit U community, folks from the North End. So they are really that hub that is connected to community. But this special event was a tribute to the incredible history that has shaped Hallie Q Brown Community Center into the vital resources that it is today, and the impact that it has on community. It was really exciting to hear about their future vision for Hallie Q. Brown, and just to hear the new executive director, Benny's last name.
Roberts.
Benny Roberts, right? He is a Rondo kid, grew up in the Rondo community. His parents was very connected to the Rondo community. And so for him, it's like a twofold just coming back to him as a kid who grew up there, who's now over the work of Hallie Q. Brown. Hallie Q. Brown, for those who don't know, like, who is Hallie Q. Brown? So Hallie Q. Brown was an educator. She worked on the women's suffrage movement as a leader. She was an author. And because of all the great work that she did and the connection that she had with the community, and actually back in in the 1900s, they held what was the word? An event for people to decide what the name should have been for this structure that they was creating. And through that selection, someone introduced Hallie Q. Brown in the work that she was doing, had done, and thus there we go with the name Hallie Q. Brown. So she's a real person, right, who did some really, really awesome work. I had the opportunity to testify on House File 1914, which was a bill that was carried by Representative Curran, which is a homelessness funding bill. It is work that has been led by Heading Home Ramsey County Continuum of Care, along with the over 100 local partners who are all working together to end homelessness. It seems like it was well received that day. And it's just really good to know that we have so many community partners that is helping the county do this work across the county. I also attended, so I'm part of SHAC. SHAC is the State Community Health Service Advisory Group, which is local people from county commissioners to city council members and others who are all coming together to look at health outcomes. And so this is something I've been doing for a very, very long time in this area, but I felt like I wanted to have an orientation, right, just to be more astute around what this work is about, right, and why it's important for us to be doing it in partnership with the commissioner from the Minnesota Department of Health. So it was a lot of information, but a good 1 hour that was spent learning about the history of SHAC. Also held a couple of meetings. One, again, a meeting with the East African community, the Somali community, which is like my second meeting I had with that community, just reaching out to state that the support that they need here in St. Paul, because so many of them are going over to Minneapolis. And from my state rep, Representative Hussein, it's like, I can't do this by myself. Everyone is calling me, right? And so I want to just acknowledge that Ramsey County is open, that we see them and want to find ways that we can be stronger partners with them. And so this was with Mohammed Mahmoud, who was doing some work around mental health in that community. So maybe I'll talk later with League and staff about that piece of it. And I will end there.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Shaw?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In addition to what Commissioner McGuire had mentioned about the testifying at the Capitol on our EDA bill, I just also wanted to add that, it was very helpful that we received letters of support from our city partners going into it. It was a much better attempt this time to just share our message and deliver that we have city support in talking about this, and that it took over a year, essentially, of organizing. So I just wanted to thank our staff and Director Josh Olson for going on all those visits with myself, as well as Deputy County Manager Carrie Collins for helping us lead in that way of with community to get us there. I want to highlight a few different events that are coming up before our next meeting. This Saturday is the bus tour of the Gold Line that I had mentioned. It is with folks who are organizing around the Purple Line as well. We're terming it as Purple Meets Gold. And it's just an opportunity for community members to be able to ride the Gold Line and get a better feel and understanding of what to expect with what a Purple Line project would look like. So that is this weekend, and meeting at Sunray in the morning. And then in addition to that, there's also a cleanup, the Payne Avenue Business Association cleanup on Payne and Arcade between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. That's open to the public. And in addition to that, there is also, we are also organizing an event with Southeast Community Organization. That is a district council on Monday night at their office in Sunray, at Sunray. This is a housing forum, and this is in partnership with Councilmember Johnson to talk about everything housing from both our HRA activities at the county as well as the city, and also big ordinance proposals that were presented last week, which is tenant protections and rent stabilization that would be discussed. And then finally, there will be a Sunray open house on Tuesday, and that is with the Business Association. It's a way for folks to both support shopping at Sunray as well as bringing businesses and folks or entrepreneurs there to meet with folks there at the Sunray Shopping Center, just so that they're aware of like what's available, talk with the tenants, and rallying support around that area. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I've had what I call a housekeeping week. On the phone a lot with staff, various staff regarding various issues in planning. Met with folks from the Met Council regarding transit and transportation. Met with community members both in downtown and on the west side. What I tend to do is have informal, small community members, and I make it consistent. In other words, almost on a weekly basis. That way it's a free-flowing, informal type of gatherings. The one thing I do want to mention is the Landmark had the Minneapolis-St. Paul Film Festival. We're the only site in St. Paul, and I want to recommend that you go to the website and see where else it's for free. And it was well attended by community. I also, board members should take turns when you see there's an event going on at the Landmark, because you get to speak to the audience. You know, a lot of folks, we worked hard over the decades to make sure that people realized the Landmark was a county, not only a county building, but county programs. All those programs were part of Ramsey County, and 99% of them are free to the community. And so I really, because this way community gets to know you, hear from you, outside of your district, you know, because it brings everybody in there. That's pretty much it for me. Moving forward today, we have a 10:30 board workshop. Commissioner McGarrison, you're in charge of that. And then at 1:30, we have a closed session on the East Building, looking at an offer, and that'll be a closed meeting. We are adjourned. Okay, do you need? I know last week I kept chatting and I helped you up, huh?
We're good on signatures.
Okay.
You're done early, huh?
Not the mayor.
I was gonna say
Tara.
Carrie's very
Tara.
interesting. She wants to do tons of stuff.
Tara.
I couldn't go make sure my kids
See how prepared they are. Josh put together a slide for each of my cities to remind them.
They're not. They're probably. My son probably won't even be in the house.
You don't have to come to any of my cities, but I'm going to offer it to them that you can come and do a report because she was really interested in it. And I'm like, I can't believe we